1 Ezra chapter 2. When Cyrus was reigning over the Persians in his first year, the Lord stirred up the spirit of King Cyrus of the Persians for the completion of the Lord's word by the mouth of Jeremiah. So he made a written proclamation in all his kingdom, saying, "Thus says Cyrus the king of the Persians, Israel's Lord, the Lord Most High, revealed and indicated to me, the King of the inhabited world, that I should build a house for him at Jerusalem in Judea. Therefore, if any of you are from his nation, may the Lord be with you. And when you go up to Jerusalem in Judea, may you build the house of the Lord of Israel. He is the Lord who dwells in Jerusalem. Therefore, let as many as are living around you in various places help you with gifts of gold and silver, with horses and cattle, as well as with other things added as votive offerings for the Lord's temple in Jerusalem." Then the chiefs of the families of Judah and of the tribe of Benjamin, and the priests and Levites, and everyone whose spirit the Lord stirred up, stepped forth to go up to build the Lord's house in Jerusalem. Those round about whose hearts were stirred helped them with everything, with silver and gold, with horses and cattle, and with a very great number of votive offerings. King Cyrus also brought forth the sacred vessels of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had carried out from Jerusalem, and placed in the temple of idols, and placed in his temple of idols. Cyrus, king of the Persians, brought these out and handed them over to Mithridates, his treasurer. He, in turn, gave them to Sheshbazzar, the chief leader of Judea. The number of these was as follows: 1,000 gold cups, 1,000 silver cups, 29 silver censers, 30 gold bowls, 2,410 silver bowls, and 1,000 other vessels. All the gold and silver vessels handed over totaled 5,469. All these, together with the returning captives, were brought back to Jerusalem by Sheshbazzar. But Bishlam, Mithridates, Tabeel, Rehum, Beltethmus, Shimshai the scribe, and the other members of their council, as well as those living in Samaria and other places, wrote a letter to Artaxerxes during the time he was king of the Persians. They wrote it against those dwelling in Judea and Jerusalem, inscribed as follows: "To King Artaxerxes our Lord, from your servants Rehum the recorder, and Shimshai the scribe, and the other members of their council, and the judges in Coel-Assyria and Phoenicia. Let it now be known to our Lord the King that the Jews who came up from you to us went to Jerusalem to build the rebellious and evil city. They are restoring both its marketplaces and its walls, and are laying a foundation for a temple. If therefore the city is built and its walls completed, they will not continue to pay tribute, but will also resist kings. Since work is being done on the temple, we assume it best not to overlook such a matter, but to address our Lord the King, that if it seems appropriate to you, this may be researched in the books of your forefathers. For you will find the record of these things in the archives. You will learn that this city was rebellious and troubled both kings and cities, and that the Jews themselves are rebels. They formed military blockades in it from ancient times, which is the reason the city itself was destroyed. Therefore, we now make known to you, O Lord our King, that if this city is built and its walls restored, you will no longer have access to Coele-Syria and Phoenicia. Then the king wrote back to Rehum the recorder, to Beltethmus, to Shimshai the scribe, to the other members of their council, and to those dwelling in Samaria, Syria, and Phoenicia. He inscribed his letter as follows: I read the letter you sent to me, so I commanded a search to be made. It was discovered that the city from ancient times stood in hostile array against kings, that the people within it perpetrated rebellion and war, that mighty and fierce kings were ruling in Jerusalem and levying tributes from Coele-Syria and Phoenicia. Therefore, I have now imposed orders to prevent those men from building the city, to be careful not to do anything contrary to this order, and to do nothing to cause trouble for kings. After they read the letter from King Artaxerxes, Rehum, Shimshai the scribe, and the other members of their council went speedily to Jerusalem. They departed with cavalry, and a large number of armed soldiers formed in battle array and began to hinder the builders. So the building of the temple in Jerusalem became idle until the 2nd year of the reign of Darius, king of the Persians.